gorgeous? Does that funk have you feeling stuck? Have you questioning your purpose, or even yet having you asking if your best years are behind you? Girl, you have zero obligation to stay in that funk. This podcast is for women who want to get the funk out of here, who want to play bigger, ask for more, and step out of mediocrity. Imagine a life filled with lots of energy, excitement, and filled with spunk instead of that funk. This is the Unfunk Your Mind podcast. I'm your host, Crystal. Let's go! Hey, girlfriends, welcome back. The sun is keeping it hot around my house, girl. Woo! Some days it's so hot, I convince myself I'm seeing things, and turns out I am, but I'm not. Like the scorpion in my sink. I'm cleaning out the sink, loading the dishwasher, and I keep pushing the dirty crumbs or the food towards like the garbage disposal. I did notice something unusual around like the ledge of the sink, but at first glance, I thought it was like a long piece of food. And as I finished loading the dishwasher and rinsing out the sink, I went to brush that piece of food into the disposal. It moved, which always scares the you-know-what out of me. Anyway, after a few more seconds, I realized it was a scorpion, but it had got turned over, so it was laying on its back, and it was actually curling its tail up. So after that sighting, I called a company that handles scorpion control. Now it required me to sign up online, and I forgot to uncheck that box that asks you if you want to subscribe to their newsletter. And on cue, the next day, I had a newsletter talking about all the pests one can find in your home. No, thank you. Unsubscribe. Now, I'm all about the newsletters from mentors, teachers that have valuable info to accelerate my growth. But that newsletter almost put me on my unnecessary hunt around my house to see if I could find any of those pests. And we all know that if you seek, you shall find. So I'll cancel that game of hide and seek looking for those pests. Those things, as long as they're hiding, can just keep on hiding. But this mini event led me to a call to action moment. Unsubscribe. Click on the unsubscribe button, ladies. I'm not talking about unsubscribing to all the worthless emails you get every day, although that is highly recommended. I'm talking about unsubscribing to the stuff that is keeping you from working in your aspiration zone. I really don't even want to call it working. It could be playing, building, just taking some kind of action towards that zone. We've truly got the ultimate cosmic reset button. It's called unsubscribing. Just press the button, girl. Are you subscribed to always having to be in the know, or otherwise known as the prober? It could be numerous things, like you're trying to find out how the lady you work with was held accountable for sending out incorrect information to attendees before an important meeting. Ask yourself if you like to be the person that hangs out behind HR so you can hear all about the discipline issues. It could also be something simple, and I'm guilty of this. Every time someone calls my husband on the phone and I'm around, I'll ask my husband what the person is doing or what they want. Really, all these things are none of our business. Unless, of course, you have something to offer in order to help them, but otherwise, it's none of your business. It's not serving you. It is actually keeping you in their story instead of being and designing your own. One way to accomplish unsubscribing to this channel is to set boundaries for yourself. Just like you've set boundaries for everybody else or your kids, when you go to the grave, you don't want to know something more about someone else's life than you do your own, right? Unsubscribe, ladies. Perhaps you're subscribed to the scarcity mindset. For instance, you don't want to open that business because someone is already doing it. Yet that business has always been a longing of yours. Replace business with side hustle if you want. Replace whatever you want in here. But unsubscribe to this notion of scarcity, because experts have indicated that this type of mindset, when you believe your resources are limited, it causes hyperfixation or leads to short-term coping instead of long-term problem solving. And surprise, surprise, it also increases jealousy and stress. Think about if Skechers hadn't started just because Nike, Reebok, and Converse were already selling shoes. Look all around you. Abundance is everywhere. It's in the birds. It's in the air. It's in the people. We're talking about the air you breathe, an unlimited amount of air that you breathe in and out on a daily basis. 331 million people live in the U.S. alone. You can unsubscribe to scarcity simply by shifting your focus to possibility. Shift your focus from lack to what is possible. Imagine your potential for growth and the opportunities that surround you. The sneaky thing about some of these subscriptions is that they are on auto renew. You know, the ones that never expire unless you actually go in and change the setting? All these subscriptions are costing you your energy, costing you movement toward your aspiration zone. They are keeping you busy and literally costing you in mind, body, and soul. Unsubscribe, and just like I said before, unsubscribe to the easy ones first, and then take the other subscriptions one at a time. I like to take small steps, baby. Maybe some are truly serving you and moving the needle, but it's those other ones we have to hit that unsubscribe button. Here's one that always gets people: cluttered spaces. Physical and mental can be one of those subscriptions on auto renew. Sometimes if you actually declutter your physical space, it can lead to decluttering your mental space and bring you peace of mind, or it can simply clear out space and make room for more productive use of your mental space. Perhaps it opens the door to let your creativity come in. Imagine where that could take you versus the clutter you had in there before. You could also establish a par level, for instance, with your clothes. We'll use that as an example. You know, you have a restaurant who might always have 20 bottles of a certain type of vodka on hand. Well, you could establish that same par level for your clothes, or that same system. So you could give yourself, let's say, a par of 10 shirts, 3 dresses, 10 pants, and 4 bras. Then once you establish this par, meaning you have these 10 shirts, 3 dresses, 10 pants, and 4 bras, anytime going forward that you were to purchase, let's say, a new shirt, you would need to get rid of one of your shirts so that you could keep your par of 10 shirts. Apply this concept on all your clothes categories or all your spaces. Establish a par level and get rid of something when you go above that par level. Cluttered spaces can just create an unnecessary burden. And when this happens and you notice it becomes evident in your life, time to unsubscribe. Okay, now I want you to be honest. Are you the person who pushes the elevator button 100 times while you're waiting for the door to close? You must be subscribed to hurry. Always in a hurry. But hurry is damaging your relationships. It's affecting your attention to detail. It's causing you rework. It's draining your energy. You're always in a hurry, rabbit, but somehow that turtle keeps inching closer to its aspiration zone while yours keeps fading off in the distance. Unsubscribe to the hurry subscription, because pushing the button 100 times, it doesn't make it go any faster or the door close any faster. Now, are you the person checking the fridge multiple times in hopes that new food options will show up magically in there? Then you have the boredom subscription. Who wants that subscription? Unsubscribe by trying something new, or use this time to devote yourself to your core mission, or invest a little time in your top priority. Unsubscribe to constantly opening the fridge door to boredom, and go open a new door that leads to opening your heart and unleashing your potential. Okay, or are you the person checking your phone even when you know you haven't received any notifications? You have a FOMO subscription, fear of missing out. To unsubscribe to the FOMO subscription, I like to use the Mel Robbins saying here, let them. She always uses this let them expression. If others want to go to a concert and don't invite you, let them. If your favorite store has a 20% sale and you miss it, let them. You don't need to be on constant alert and in this FOMO state. You definitely must unsubscribe to the FOMO subscription, because it will keep you checking in on all the things instead of leveling up and immersing yourself in your ultimate goal. Are you the person that locks the car door and then has to go back to check that it's locked all the time? You have the worry subscription. Now, we've discussed worry before. Know that it adds nothing to your life. A way to unsubscribe to worry is to talk to someone that can help. Sometimes just sharing with someone else helps you feel lighter, and they can provide some helpful insights. And the week before last, we actually talked about designating a certain time for worry, your worry time. Or you can simply shift your mindset by focusing on solutions. There are many ways to unsubscribe to these crazy subscriptions. Lastly, are you the person that goes to catch something falling off the table even when it's too late? Boom, it's already crashed on the floor? You have a subscription to a reaction. It's time to unsubscribe to constantly being in a reactive state and move towards the proactive subscription. One way to unsubscribe to reaction is learning from past mistakes so you can avoid repeating them in the future. Or take initiative. You don't have to wait for something to happen or for others to act before you start moving. You can identify and address the issues all on your own and take action. That unsubscribe button, it's available to all of us. It's available to you. You just have to be willing to push it. Most of your life subscriptions are unnecessary noise in your days. They create unnecessary burdens, eat your time, and drain your energy. They have zero impact on your moving closer to your aspirational zone. Unsubscribing is an impactful way to create small resets. It's your reset button. This button can also free up space for other things to take its place. Like perhaps it allows creativity, innovation, a product idea, or just allows a memory of something you used to love to do. It allows it all in. Unsubscribing is a powerful weapon you can use to help you get unfunked. So press that unsubscribe button, ladies, and let's go! Reminding you that today's episode, along with all the episodes of Unfunk Your Mind, are not intended to replace medical or professional help. These episodes are meant only for educational, inspirational, and motivational purposes only. Before you go, Superwoman, I'd love it if you took a little action for me. Like subscribe to my podcast and leave a review. Also, share the episode with a friend. And as a thank you, hit up my website to crystalsumner.com, thecrystalsumner.com, to grab free journal prompts. Okay, ladies, now is the time to go unfunk your mind, play bigger, and ask for more. Open the door to possibility and cancel playing small. So get up and go!